Hey guys, my name is Ginapickett and I am an artistic educator for Matrix. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a two-strand twist using Biolage as well as Matrix products, and you're going to be able to use those products to define and get some beautiful curls. First things first, you want to make sure that you're starting your client off or even your model off with a clean canvas, if you will. Make sure you're shampooing and conditioning your client's hair with one of your favorite Matrix products. What I love to use is Biolage Oil Renew, and my clients love it to death. The reason I love to use it is because it's very hydrating and moisturizing to the hair. Naturally curly hair on its own is dry by itself. So make sure you're using a product that doesn't have any sulfates, any parabens, or anything of the nature that's going to be stripping to the hair. So Biolage or Renew shampoo and conditioner is what I use to prepare her hair. So what I like to do before I get into the actual products of what you can use to define the curls, I like to prime the hair. So what I mean by that, it's like going to go get your nails done. Before they put on after your color, they like to seal it all in. So that's what we're doing when I say prime the hair. We're actually going to be putting leave-in conditioner in the hair, and what I love to use in the salon, if this is my go-to, I love to use Miracle Creator. So we're going to get into cocktailing products. I'm going to use different products within the Matrix family as well as the Biolage family to create this final look. So the leave-in conditioner, first of all, it's going to be hydrating and moisturizing to the hair. It has 20 different benefits, but the one that stands out most to me and my clients that sit in my chair, it has a heat protectant, guys. It's going to protect your coils up to 450 degrees. Of course, we don't want you using that much heat on your hair, but you have a lot of protection. Just look at it as sunscreen for your hair. What I also like to do before I dry the hair, I like to prime the hair with Oil Wonders oil. If your hair is color treated, it is going to protect your color. It is going to keep its luster and shine. It's just going to seal in some nice sheen for you guys. And the final products after we've put in our leave-in conditioner, we're going to go into the products that we use to define the curls. I have curated this recipe for my clients that they absolutely love. I've cocktailed, like I said, Matrix and Biolage products, and one of the products to define those curls is this Matrix Biolage Curl Defining Styling Butter, as well as Biolage Styling Gel. It's a defining elixir. So the way you cocktail that, you're gonna use more curl butter than you use cream, because you want nice soft coils and you want the hold of a gel. So more butter than your gel. Now, before we get into the actual how to do this technique, let me just go into a few other techniques out there that is going to help you define your curls. There's so many out there, guys. Just to name a few, you have Two-Strand Twist, which is what you guys are going to be learning today. You have flat twist, you have braid outs, you have finger coils, you have Bantu knots, you have Zulu knots, you have flexi rod sets, you have perm rod sets. And just to show you what some of those tools look like, you're going to be using this tool right here for your flexi rod set, and all you're going to be doing is wounding the curl or the hair around that. And once it's completely dry, you just uncoil the hair, release it. Oh my gosh, you have some beautiful curls. And then you have your perm rod sets. This can be used for several different techniques. You can either wound the hair around this entire rod, let it set, let it completely dry, or you can do a two-strand twist, which you guys are going to be learning today. And once you get down to the end of that section, you can take the hair and kind of wound it around. Okay, guys, so after we have shampooed our hair and conditioned our client's hair and put in our leave-in conditioner as well as our oil, now we're going to get into those curl defining products. So I have taken a section of hair. What you can do, there is no correct way to section off your client's hair. In terms of the amount of hair, there is no certain, as long as I would not recommend you guys taking extremely small sections. I wouldn't recommend doing that simply because that is too thin of a subsection. When you are defining curls, you want to take bigger sections so that you can get more curl definition. Naturally curly hair is, especially with tighter curls, if you will. The tighter the curl, if you take more sections, it is just going to mimic what the client naturally has. And they're coming to you because they want more definition. They want you to define what they have instead of mimicking what they have. So if I feel like if you take, from experience, if you take extremely small subsections and your client's coils are really small, then you are going to mimic what they naturally have. They're not going to see, even though you are giving them curl definition, they're not going to see it because it's going to be so close in nature to their tightly coiled hair. They're not really going to see that definition. So what I like to do, I like to take bigger subsections. So I like to take at least an inch, even more, and I like to take squares. So what you'll do, you'll take your defining butter, I have about that much in my hands. I like to rub it together and get the product into that entire row. And then I like to go in with the gel. Just take a little bit, maybe like a dime size amount for this section of hair. And then I like to go and put that in there. So once the hair, that subsection is nicely saturated, then what you are going to do is take your comb, your rat tail comb, and just make sure all of the products is fused in the hair. After you do that, then you go in and create another subsection, just like another square. Comb through that, and you take two sections of that section, separate it. Let me turn her around so that you guys can see. So I take the section that I just created, I split it in two, I take my pointing finger and I push it up in that section, if you guys can see, and I'm just going to use that to help me twist initially. So after I twist, now I'm just going to, that's just going to be your guide. Now you're going to take your guide and use that to two-strand twist that hair down. I'm going to start off really slow for those of you that are new to a two-strand twist, and for those of you that are used to this technique or this method and you're just learning about the newer products, you'll just get faster and faster when it comes to twisting. What I also like to do is at the ends is kind of coil, do a finger coil, just to make sure that the hair at the end is nicely coiled as well. And then I drop it and move on to the next section. Notice I didn't pick up a comb to create this section. I just kind of separated it with my fingers. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my pointer finger. I'm going to twist the hair because I want it tight at the base. So let me do that again. I'm going to section the hair in two, take my pointer finger, push it up to the base, twist it, and now I have a foundation or a starting point for my two-strand twist. Now I'm just going to twist the hair. And I'll do this all the way down. And if you feel like your client's hair is starting to get dry toward the end, and of course this is mannequin hair, so it's going to be a little different, you can take some more product or even a water bottle and just mist that area just to kind of moisten it a little bit so it's not too dry. Then you take your fingers, we're combining techniques here, and then you're just going to finish off your two-strand twist. So we're going to do another one. This last one, we've already combed that section out. Now I'm going to take my fingers separate, twist, create my starting point, and then just twist the hair. Take my finger, create a finger coil, and then just bring that on down. And then you're just really gonna do this technique all over your client's hair. Once you get to the front, you and your client have a thorough consultation to determine where their client is wanting to part off their hair, or which direction they're wanting majority of the weight of those curls to go off to. So if your client's, oh, okay, I want them to go off to my left. So then you create a left part, and then you can kind of see, okay, most of the curls are gonna be on that side, and then you'll have a little less on that side. So you just create a curl based off of, you create your section based off the direction that your clients are wanting their hair to go off to in the front. So I'm just gonna finish up these sections. I'll do a couple more so that you guys can see. Now here's a tip and trick for you guys. If your clients are wanting their hair to be dried in the salon with you, you want to make sure the hair is not completely saturated, like 100%. Just kind of take your towel block the hair so that you can absorb as much of the moisture as possible. Other than that, they're going to be in the salon with you all day drying their hair. And then sometimes it just really depends on the client, the density of their hair, the texture. Another thing that you can also do, another option, some of my clients take this option as well. We will do their two-strand twist in the salon, and they will actually wear their hair in that style for a couple of days. And after a couple of days, they will unravel those two-strand twists so that they can get a different look. So they have longevity in their style. So again, I'm gonna take some of the curl defining butter, about that much, if you guys can see it, kind of rub it in my hands. Get it in the hair, make sure it's saturated. And then what I like to use is the gel. Make sure you use like a dime size amount. You don't wanna use too much gel. If you use too much gel, then that's when the hair is gonna become hard and crunchy. And clients, when they're wanting definition in their curls, they are not wanting hard and crunchy hair. So to keep the softness, put more of the curl butter than you are using the gel. So again, we're gonna go into the first section, and you guys are gonna just kind of, if you can, section off with your fingers. Create another two-strand twist, and then just twist that hair. Once you get down to the bottom of the client's hair, you're gonna take your finger and do a finger coil just to make sure the ends are nicely coiled as well. And then you're gonna let it drop and fall. I'm gonna take another section and I'll go here. Do the same thing. I'm gonna do this row so that you guys can see. But this entire technique is gonna be done all over the client's hair. The client's head. If you are a beginner and you think you're too slow, don't worry, because the more you do this, the faster you will get. I promise you. So I'm just gonna take that entire section because I don't want it to be too small. I'm gonna two-strand twist that as well. You'll two-strand twist until you get to the very bottom. Now, you guys, some of you guys will run into this. You will run into, okay, what if your section, you're running out of hair? What you'll do, you'll borrow some hair from the other side to make that just as long, and then you'll just continue to twist, kind of like you're braiding. Continue to twist, take your finger, Coil the ends of that hair and let it fall. Alrighty, so once your two-strand twists are completely dry, then you will begin to unravel. Now guys, make sure that the hair is completely dried, because if it is a little damp remotely, once you uncoil the hair, it's still going to be left frizzy. Before you unwrap your twist or uncoil your twist, you're going to take some of your oil that we used earlier to put in our hair prior to doing the technique. You're going to take some of the oil and kind of glide your fingers through all of the sections. And what this is going to do as you separate is just going to help you get some of that sheen in there. So I'm going to start in the back and show you guys how to unravel the hair. Get the hair out of my way. If you feel like you need some more oil, just take a little bit more and add it to the quadrant that you're working on, and just begin to unsection the hair. Now, usually what you would want to do, you'll unravel, you'll have two sections, but to make your curls fuller and to make the curls bigger, then you will go ahead and separate those sections a few more times. So I will go ahead and separate these at least 2 more times. So a total of 4 times so that I can get fuller curls there. So I'll go ahead here, unravel there. The 2. Now I'm going to go in here, unravel that section, and unravel that section. Now I have fullness there. And then I'm going to go here, do the same thing, unravel that, come in here, unravel that section as well as that section so I can make my curls fuller. Now this hair here is going to behave a little more differently than it would on your actual client's hair. This is mannequin hair, but you guys see, you get the gist of it. So I feel like I want to take a little bit more oil and add it to that quadrant. And I'll just pick up that section, uncoil the hair, separate it there, separate it there. And then you will notice that you will start picking up a momentum. You will start picking up a flow. So I have this section here. I'm going to unravel it. And then I'm going to go there because I want these curls to be nice and full. And I'm going to unravel it. And as you guys can see what it is looking like as I'm unraveling the twist. So I'll unravel there. Unravel. Unravel. Fluff it out with my fingers. Do the same thing here. Unravel. Unravel. The more you untwist the hair or unwind the hair, the fuller your curls will be. And as time goes on, your clients may decide when they're home, over a span of a couple more days, they may want it to be a little more fuller. So they'll just go home and unravel the hair even more to make it much fuller. I'll turn this around so you can see. And then you'll just do this all the way around. I did want to show you guys before I unraveled all the hair what this looks like with the perm rod on there. So I'm just going to take the perm rod off, uncoil that, and as you guys will see, and opposed to this section here, yes, you have the curl definition toward the end of that section, but when you put the perm rod on there, you have even more definition. I'll hold the hair out so you can see, and you see the difference. Let me just unravel that so you guys can see what it looks like. So we're going to do the same thing we did in the back. I'm just going to take that section and wind the hair. So you basically get definition, but you get your ends, you get more curl to your ends.